What's up, everybody? Remington from Impulse Creative, and today we're going to talk about a recent update Drift made to their Contact tab, where you can now see much more fields, and it's a lot easier to understand who your contact is based on their contact record. In addition to that, we're going to show you where you can also see how the fields are sourced, and that's in a new Settings tab within the Contact area. So it's a really great opportunity to get in and look at individual contacts and understand where they came from and where they're going. And before, it was a little clunky in order to see all that information. There was quite a few clicks, and you were running at risk of missing some information if you didn't know what to prioritize. The good news is now that you can have a big high-level view of what the actual contacts are doing, the pages they've been to, the fields they've filled out, and it allows for you to get a really good picture whether, one, you have the right contact data that you're collecting, and two, that information is going where it needs to go. It makes it a lot easier to audit when you're working on integrations with other platforms. So what I've done here is I've jumped into our Contacts tab, and you'll notice that I have a couple versions of me on different devices and different things that I've tested. But if we go into one of these contacts and we open up this in a new tab, what you see now at a contact level is a brand new view. You've got your About section, which you can prioritize and set what you want to show up here, but then you've got all of the attributes, and Drift's done a really great job of breaking down the Drift attributes versus the custom ones that you may or may not have already created. By looking into this, you'll see all of the attributes that Drift has by default and what the contact information is, and pay special attention to the recent UTM parameters and recent entrance pages, as well as the original information. This information is going to be really valuable when you're just trying to figure out or size up a prospect or a contact. As you scroll down, all of your custom attributes that you have within your tool are going to be set here, and this is a great way for you to dig in and start to understand and audit whether information is passing between your other systems or other integrations. Of course, you also have the option to enroll these contacts in a sequence. You can follow the contact and see what's going on, and then of course, if they were to request unsubscribe, you've got that option there. And then of course we have the activity timeline. So the activity timeline is a great way of breaking up the progress, or the history, if you will, of the information that's been going through. And so you can see that this shows that the contact has gone through at 9:58 a.m. and of course gone through and provided their information to actually get a calendar scheduled. So you'd be able to see all the different types of pages. You'd be able to add notes to the timeline here if you were taking some observations. And this is a great way to coach and train some contacts to be able to go through and discuss how we could look for opportunities to improve. The next thing you'll notice if we go back to the Contacts tab is you've got these 4 options up at the top. Now, when we go over to the Settings tab, the Settings tab has been restructured as well. So you've got your About section off to the right with all your default attributes. You can show your options that you want in the conversation. And so this checkbox is going to show all of the information off to the right for you if you go through and select these. You also can show the custom attributes that you've got defined, and so Drift's done a really great job of separating these, and this is going to be at a global level, the people that would see your conversation and the information that we would save when we're showing other conversations and contact information while the conversation is live. And then this new tab here for sourced attributes is going to show you where the attributes are sourced from. So you can choose to bring in that content into the tools, but you'll notice that you've got the actual display name, you've got the sourced from, and in this case, Clearbit provides a lot of information on contacts. And then you'll see the preview of what the information would be. And along with the same theme that I was just sharing, you've got the ability to show in the Conversation tab. So the Conversation tab, again, would be where if you select this, it would pull that person's information into the sidebar while you're having the conversation. It can be a great way of making sure you know where they came from, where they're going, or just general information about who they are. So it's pretty obvious that Drift is making some big moves towards making this feel more like a CRM. It's a welcomed tool that they've added to the tool set, because now we get to see contacts in a lot more detail without having to bounce around with different views and different clicks. So this can be a really great way for you to customize the appearance and focus on making sure that the fields that you have are fields that matter, and at the same time be able to get a higher level view of who a contact is when you're engaging or contacting them. It can be a great way for you to also dig in to start to segment users if you start to see themes. And of course, you can always make your conversations that much more contextually accurate. Well, that's it for today's tutorial. If you have any questions about conversational marketing or Drift or how to use any of these features, hit me up on Twitter at RemingtonBeg or in the comments below. If you would like to see other tutorials we've done, you can go ahead and you can do that right here. And if you'd like to subscribe to these daily tutorials, you can go ahead and do that right here. Until next time, I'm Remington from Impulse Creative. Have a great day.